Good day, folks. Coach Johnson here, IYC Coaching. I hope you are on your way to becoming happier, healthier, and harder to kill. That's certainly our mission. Today's video, I'm going to talk about 3 things that you should really look for when it comes to starting in the Krav Maga Academy for training. The first one, I would say, would be the experience on the front end, and how you are treated by the staff before you even get into the academy. And now, you have to understand, too, have some reasonable expectations. I know we live in an instant gratification society, but just if you send a text or an email or a phone call Sunday afternoon at 4 p.m., there's a good chance you won't get a text or call right back. Now, maybe you will. But don't assume that just because they don't text you back within 4 seconds that they don't care about your business, because that's obviously not the case. In my experience, I've worked with people who have inquired about our academy for kids or our adult classes, and they are often very entitled what they expect to happen. They expect us to jump through crazy hoops to make sure that their needs are met, the questions are answered. And while we want to make sure that people have a full understanding of what's happening and they're being served in the best capacity possible, you know, we aren't like lackeys. We're not here to jump through every hoop. So keep that in mind when you contact the academy. But you should be treated with respect. If you have legitimate questions, they should be answered. That you should be treated with a tone of kindness and understanding, maybe not softness. Now, that being said, don't allow yourself to be treated with disrespect. And I say this because since Krav Maga is kind of a hardcore self-defense that's military-based, which is true, a lot of people take this too far, and they start, well, I'm going to be so hard that I treat all my new clients like dirt, like scum, and we'll see if they're worthy to enter our doors. If that's the way you're treated in the beginning, I would recommend going to someplace else right away. That's step number 1. Step number 2, or the second thing to look for, is the vibe of the academy. So when you go to the academy and you meet the instructor or the trainers, try to see how they interact with you, with other members, with other instructors, and see if it's encouraging and welcoming. The challenge of Krav Maga, like other contact-oriented martial arts, like jiu-jitsu and Thai boxing, is that you're going to be in close proximity and contact with other people that you may not even know. And that makes it already uncomfortable. And that's important for self-defense. If you don't make close contact with other people, that you're not doing self-defense. I'm not sure what you're doing, but it's not self-defense. So you want to make sure that you feel like that you're a welcome part of the academy, you're going to be part of a family, not treated like fresh meat to be thrown to a pack of starving dogs. You know, so if you walk in there and people look at you and nobody smiles, and they kind of give you this mad dog look, like, oh, here comes another one, can't wait to get this person in class to tear them up. That is a vibe that you definitely don't want unless you are really of a small percentage of people who really want to go hardcore like that. Most people just want to learn self-protection, get in shape, have fun, really kind of enjoy the process. You'll stick with it a lot longer if you do. So the third thing to look for, this is to understand the philosophy of that academy, and this is what I mean by this. So I started Krav Maga about 20 years ago, as of this recording. And when I started, Krav Maga being taught to schools that weren't in a beginning as a Krav Maga center. For example, like if you were a karate school and you were going to add Krav Maga to your curriculum, when I started, it was still a new thing. So I was early on in this process, and the challenge is, and the martial arts in general figured this out a long time ago, is when you have a lot of close contact, it's uncomfortable. If it's uncomfortable, a lot of people don't want to participate because it's uncomfortable. So what a lot of Krav Maga schools did is they would take the Krav Maga curriculum and they would basically do what I call cardio Krav Maga. And the class would consist of a lot of sprinting, a lot of stress drills, fatigue drills, things that would make you tired and work out, and very little actual, hands-on Krav Maga training. And this is something else to consider too, is I recently completed some training with Master Itai Gill, and a lot of the stuff that I had been taught over the years didn't work very well when put under pressure. It's better than nothing, I would imagine. But a lot of Krav Maga schools really don't do a lot of pressure testing with their stuff. They just, they disseminate what they learn and accept it as being great. And it's important, in my opinion, that when you go to a Krav Maga school, that you find a place where they're actually going to apply the techniques once they're learned, with real resistance. Maybe they have a padded assailant, suit. Maybe you have high-level students that are playing the role of the attacker, so they can safely increase the resistance and stress. But that's really important, and I can't tell you how many Krav Maga schools I've seen over the last 20 years that teach maybe 5% Krav Maga and 95% cardio stuff. Something else that a lot of Krav Maga schools that I've seen happen over the years is they will get you in with a Krav Maga ad, and then you end up doing some kind of a karate program or a hybrid program where it's a little Krav, a little karate, or a little Taekwondo or Kung Fu, whatever else they do. And you end up basically doing some kind of more traditional style. Nothing wrong with traditional styles, but if you're signing up for Krav Maga, you should get Krav Maga. Just like if I go to a jiu-jitsu school and we spend 2/3 of the time punching the heavy bag, that's probably not exactly what I signed up for. And again, many people don't know the difference. So I'm telling you, make sure you talk to the instructor, whoever's running the class or the academy, and see if they're really interested in teaching you self-defense that will eventually escalate into resistance-based training. So you have been doing a choke defense or a knife defense. The attacker at some point is really going to try to make it difficult. And this is where training gets really hard and very uncomfortable. And not only is it physically demanding, but it can be very demoralizing when you think you know a move and then you find out, yeah, you really don't know the move. So if you saw my earlier video on the difference between like Krav Maga and Jiu-Jitsu, you know that Jiu-Jitsu has a benefit of being able to be applied with a lot of resistance, so you know it works because it's relatively safe. Obviously, a lot of Krav Maga techniques involve striking and groin kicks and groin strikes and eye gouges and things that you cannot safely perform under pressure. But make sure the school you are planning on attending is very focused on applying pressure and testing things under pressure, not just in the very laboratory kind of environment. Again, you need to start there. So again, if the first day you're in class you're doing full contact, punching and kicking and that's probably not very safe. But it's an important distinction. There's a lot of Krav Maga that's not really Krav Maga, so that's important. So the three things to look at is how basically the initial response goes. Are you treated with respect? Are you treated like they want you, the family? The second thing is the vibe of the academy. Do you feel like you're going to be safe and welcomed and nurtured and supported until you're able to do the hardcore stuff? And thirdly, are they actually doing self-defense training primarily, or is it more of a light contact conditioning program? And again, nothing wrong with that. If your main goal is to get in shape, that probably is a great program for you, because Krav Maga training is a really fun way to get in shape as far as building resistance and building your conditioning and building your strength. But most people want to do Krav Maga for self-defense reasons. They want to know that even though they're working out, they're learning actual stuff that's going to save their life. So, it's Coach Johnson. If you liked the video, if you found any value, give me a like, subscribe to the channel, share it with somebody who might be thinking about doing Krav Maga. It's a great system, and although I think it's kind of for everybody, it's not for everybody. Some people don't want to train that hard. Some people don't want to actually be challenged. Some people want to go through life and banking on the fact that violent assaults are pretty rare. I mean, really they are in our country anyway, the USA. All right, have a fantastic day. Coach Jay out. Talk to you soon. Hey, I almost let you go without saying this. If you like the content in this video and you found value in it, please do us a favor. Give us a like on the right down below. Subscribe to the channel and share this content with someone who might be looking to add Krav Maga to their training or needs self-defense. So I hope you guys are having a fantastic day. I'll talk to you soon. Coach Jay out again.